everyone live. Green screen channel. Alright. What are you doing, Malin? Say what?
Plants vs. Zombies.
Again?
Again?
Plants vs. Zombies?
Best game out there.
The best game, huh?
Yeah. Best mobile game.
Okay. Best mobile game. Alright.
Feel the dark times. Feel EA.
Yo.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon Jinn.
it is I, Qui-Gon Jinn.
I like how I have the element that says stream starting soon. People can hear us talking.
Fuck. What's the darn thunder?
What is this? Where is this starting soon screen?
What? You don't like it?
It looks interesting.
Baby Jar Jar with a little bit of fire elements.
Okay.
I probably should have added a reflection on his eyes or something. I don't know if I've been able to do that though.
Bro, how do I get to this thunder?
General Andrew. Check out this, everyone. Check it out. Look at all this.
Just fire. Literally.
What I do?
General Andrew says first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You can't do that. You can only take one place. So that's not how that works.
That's not how the falls work.
You get him, plant.
That's
Whatever
not
your name is.
how that works.
This.
Why do I feel so cold? It snowed outside, but why? It's April!
Why is it snowing in a... That's messed up.
April 10th, it snowed. I mean, it snowed last night. Ground covered in snow. Why though?
That's weird, but... Okay.
There.
They're cheating.
I fixed it. Andrew said first. That's it. That's all he said. Because he was first.
At an end, your presidency is. And not short enough it was.
And not short enough it was.
That's what she said.
Not short enough it was. That's a sad day if that's what she has to say. Well, it could be a sad day depending on what the context of short is. Not short enough it was. For some people that might be positive.
Suppose.
Bro, these darn zombies.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's in templates. Here it is.
Can't see anything.
General Andrew Gaming says, "Hey, I do the that's what she said jokes."
No.
Bruh.
No.
Qui-Gon is
I can
here,
see what I've
and
written.
General Andrew is here, and yet
How
we
could
only
this
have
happen?
one viewer on stream. How is that possible? How is that possible?
Search your feelings.
Are you not watching the stream?
Melon,
Yeah.
watch the stream. Melon, watch the stream.
Alright.
Get him. Yeah, get him. What in the world is he doing?
I wonder if I should do wide shot?
What
Oh, I need to look up. I gotta keep looking up
What's he
the
doing?
prompting guide over and over again.
Looking at? Oh,
Low angle?
I'm
I guess
waiting.
I'll do low angle.
bro, just go on the ground. Oh. Here.
FPV? What is FPV?
Sounds like a disease. No, what are you playing?
Plants vs. Zombies, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. No. Get away. Get away. Stand back. Foul creature. No. No. No.
Delta Ray Studios, yo, what's going on?
This can't be.
Alright. Subject crawls on all fours from the right side of the frame to the left while...
Where's the star? Oh, that's what he's doing.
Squealing with delight. Go with that. 5 seconds?
Bro.
Maybe 10 seconds.
snagging up all the
We'll do 10
iron.
seconds and see what it can generate. Here it goes. Let's see what we get.
Okay.
This is like
Place it somewhere.
this is like a slot machine, except the odds of getting something good are like 75%.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know you can do that.
Oh boy. Oh, that's terrifying. Baby Jar Jar is ready to pounce.
Kill him.
You need to look at this, Qui-Gon, if you're not.
Do it.
Let's make this full screen.
God, why is that? What the
Look,
crap
when,
is that?
when Baby Jar Jar sees you, he gets ready to pounce. he's going to. He sees he sees something he likes and he's ready to jump at it and eat it.
One more. We could possibly win.
This is amazing. I'm definitely buying more credits. Previously, this video generator they had was trash. I never used it because it was so garbage.
Credits?
But this is Gen 3. They have Generation 4 as well.
Credits don't do here.
So
I need something more real.
this is definitely worth it. Exceptionally terrifying. I think I'm gonna retitle it to Kathleen Kennedy versus Yoda and Baby Jar Jar. I think that will be. I think more people will click on that.
Yes.
Yoda and
yes.
Baby Jar Jar with a
Kill them.
Baby Jar Jar thumbnail. I like how it automatically names based on the picture and what you type in. It names it certain things. Like this one, the AI named this Baby Crawling Adventure.
Baby
Bro.
crawling.
Baby Crawling Adventure. That's extend. I wonder if I extended it. Expand. Restyle.
They've gone through our defenses. This isn't good. Yes. Victory. And that was difficult. Still no match for Darth Melnus.
We're restyling it. Let's see what this looks like.
Ooh. We're at the roof.
Close up of the subject seeing something shiny, smiling, and then pouncing at the camera. What's going to happen?
Let's see what horrendous thing's gonna come out now.
With blood and gore. I don't think I can ask it to do that though.
Probably not.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh dear. Mate,
Baby Jar
course
Jar
you-
has transformed into something a little bit more terrifying.
Come on, stream. Come on, stream the link. Oh god. Stream
It's the Baby Jar Jar of your nightmares.
What's he gonna do?
Looks like a crocodile.
Do a Santa go down the chimney?
They gave him a bunch more teeth. His pupils are more round and dilated. I can't. I mean, I'll download it because I use the credits for it, but I'm probably not gonna be able to use it for very much. Maybe I can use it for a horror scene.
Are those floating? What in the...
That's creepy.
What is going on? Bro, serious? A waste. Huh? Excuse me? Oh, that's why they... Oh, okay.
Alright. Now I gotta green screen it.
Wait, why did I do that? Wait, what? Okay. That's not good.
Melon, you know what else is not good?
What?
You're not watching the stream.
Yeah.
What?
Then you
What
would have
must-
then you would have seen the Baby Jar Jar of your nightmares.
Bro,
Naughty melon. Naughty, naughty melon.
Melon's got a garden to protect.
Yeah, you can protect it some other time. The garden's not going anywhere. They're plants,
Bro.
they don't run.
Kill him. Kill him now.
This is so perfect. It's so dynamic.
Execute him.
How it's able to generate this lifelike
What the-
moving Baby Jar Jar.
What the...
Like,
What?
this kind of
What in
stuff is really amazing
What the-
for...
What was that?
Deontay says, when will Jar Jar ever look at chat again? It's been a while since he has last stream. Huh? What do you mean?
What in the world was that?
I said hi to people earlier. But I look at chat. I just don't always read everything that's in chat, but I still see it. Sometimes, now, if I'm doing something that is very intensive, then maybe I won't be looking at chat for a long time. But I still see it.
Kill him. Kill him now.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No killing.
No?
No.
Oh, rats. I wasted my time getting this. Bro, what was that? What is going on? No. This isn't good.
I I need to try one more generation, see if I can get this baby Jar Jar to walk. Father Nature, welcome back.
Deserve this.
Father Nature. What kind of name is that?
Deontay says, "Hi Uganda Echidna." What do you mean? There's no Uganda Echidna.
Bro, where they gonna go to? What? They go down. Well, that was rigged.
I can add keyframes too. That's pretty good.
Bro, so rigged. Okay. Gonna have to do better.
Yeah, you have to.
I am going to see if I can. Alright, this is a long shot, but maybe this might work. We'll see.
Bro, these guys.
Where's my baby? Where's my
too
baby
difficult.
Jar Jar?
It's supposed
There
to be
you are. Father Nature says, I posted an explanation. I posted an explanation. I posted an explanation.
No spamming, guys.
Alright. Those will be our keyframes. Then we'll add a keyframe here. And another one here.
There we go.
Alright, here we go. Here it goes.
Let's see what run this thing is gonna be.
Okay. This works, but it looks so goofy.
Oh god.
He's not really crawling, he's just kind of bouncing along, but that'll be fine. It'll work for what I need it to do.
That's a bit weird.
Oh, it just kind of slides and bounces along. I think because I think I want to like, because I think people maybe won't expect Baby Jar Jar to actually move in a certain way. So him being all stiff like this for his intro really works. And then all of a sudden he's gonna move into position and then jump at the camera. So I'm gonna use the sound effect from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I wonder if I have it on this computer. I think I should. No, I don't think I have it. Alright, I'm gonna be right back.
Alright.
I just gotta switch over some files from the other computer. In the meantime, enjoy this Kiarimundi eating cereal.
Hello, whoever joined.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Dick. Hello.
How are you?
Ah, Dooku! You arrived just as I start to walk to the other computer.
Nah! Perfect timing.
Can you see my my Be Right
I
Back?
can. The be right back.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Indeed.
should have saw Baby Jar Jar earlier.
I'm pretty sure. Can scroll back. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
It's
It's starting soon.
No, not that one. There's another one. It's even spookier. It looks like you know when
Oh my!
a lion
Oh
or
my.
a tiger sees its prey and it like gets itself ready
Yeah,
to jump.
yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. 16 minutes in.
He's getting ready to jump at you.
Mm.
He sees you, and the tense music starts to play.
Yes.
Deontay says, "What's the white stuff on screen? It's milk, obviously. He's eating a bowl of cereal. What else is that?" I gotta send over a file from my other computer. It's a sound effect. Be right back.
Alright. Anyway, how are you?
I'm well. I have the day off today, so kind of just walked. Yes, I kind of just walked around with the dog, and I went to the store and I found this Swedish cider, a Rekorderlig. So I'm just giving that a try. It's strawberry lime flavored, with pear cider with strawberry lime.
Oh.
And it's very good. I've never heard of it before today, and I only bought it just about an hour ago.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you? How are you today?
I'm good. Haven't done much today.
You're a moderator on the Bombad Army server, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you know that we have the ability to add I had custom emotes too.
Really?
Yeah. Just gonna. I just posted the emote that I added. I didn't realize either.
Oh wait, no, I think you're confused because the role is the same color. I'm just a force ghost rather than a not moderator. Sadly.
Oh, you're a Force Ghost. Yeah, you're the same color. Okay, yeah. I was confused. I'm like, oh yeah, Qui-Gon. He's a moderator. Cool. Yeah.
I wish, but
Yes, well.
Alright, I'm back.
oh well, I'm back.
Cad
Oh,
Bane, yo, what's
hello.
going on?
Hello, back. Yes.
Such a stupid joke, but it's so funny.
It really is. It really is stupid, but.
Not funny. Not one bit.
Well, I was roasting Alps a little
Oh.
bit earlier.
Palpatine?
So
Yeah. He deserved
Yeah.
it. He absolutely deserved it, but.
yeah, he did.
Oh,
He
did you
did.
see? Did you see this baby Jar Jar too? Dooku?
Okay.
The one I'm showing on.
No, I haven't.
The one I'm
I see it
showing on
now.
stream right now.
I see
yeah.
it now.
It looks even spookier than. This could be what baby Gungans are like before they shed their skin and they look more innocent. You know.
Innocent,
You know,
you
a
call
face.
that?
The face only a mother
There's
could
no
love.
innocence.
Yeah.
Certainly.
This is what
yeah.
baby Gungans look like before they shed their skin and then they look more normal. It's part of adolescence. Instead of looking like a monster, they end up looking like a platypus thing with floppy ears. But before they look like this, and they need to be fed raw flesh. It's the only way it's the only way they can grow.
Not rotten flesh. Oh god.
Rotten flesh too.
No.
Aged maggoty flesh.
Kill 'em.
That's what they aged maggoty flesh. That's what baby Gungans need to be fed in order to grow. All right.
Father Nature says that he found a cool beetle outside.
As Father Nature should be able to find, because
That generally is where beetles are found.
well, he is Father Nature.
No way.
So, I think I can remake or make a part 2 of Five Nights on the Death Star with some of this footage, because some of this is so perfect at looking totally uncanny and creepy that it make for a great horror follow-up. Father Nature says, I'm going to leave and eventually come back after a while. Excellent. I found a cool beetle while I was outside today. Yes. We know that. You've already found 3 other cool beetles while you were outside. This is the 4th one. Qui-Gon, what?
He's
Don't be so hard. He's excited he found a cool beetle. So, what's going on? What's going on in politics?
Politics. Trump started his trade war, and then he put a 90-day pause on it, and then he raised tariffs on China, and there's a 10% import tax still for everyone, except for Canada, which still has the tariffs from the previous two trade wars on it, and Mexico still has tariffs on it too. It's a mess.
Lots of tariffs.
The Dow fell 1,000 points today again. Although that's really just an everyday thing nowadays, but
1,000 points. What is 1,000 points? What does that mean?
about
I don't really have a
So-
concept of like how many points are on the Dow
So-
to begin with.
there was about 40,000 at the start of last week. And the day that Trump imposed his trade war on Wednesday, it wiped out the Dow dropped about 2,000 points, which equaled about $6 trillion of the global economy was wiped out.
All because of Trump.
Which is $6 trillion is just an unimaginable number.
Well, there was a guy I was listening to that was saying, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not totally against tariffs or this stuff that everyone's complaining about. The one guy was talking about how the vast majority of all of the stocks are owned by the wealthiest people on the planet. And a lot of these wealthy people also own the media companies that have a lot to complain about when it comes to the tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
And so media, being the mouthpiece of power, is complaining about things that affect the powerful. And so that's why you see what you see in the media. It's because the people that own the media want you to see those things. And so when they have when they're complaining about things like the tariffs, they're complaining because they're losing money. But the average person doesn't really own that many stocks. And even if they do, they don't own a significant amount that it would actually, directly affect their stock portfolio that much compared to someone who owns, a few $1 billion in stocks, which is, the top 1% that everyone's always talking about. They're the ones that are losing most of the money here.
And if it was just a matter of stockbrokers losing a few $1 billion, then yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal. The problem is that tariffs raise costs for everyone, and that cost gets passed on to the consumers like you and I, who are lower wage, underpaid workers who are just trying to get by.
Yeah.
That cost gets passed down onto us rather than being put on these consumers or these billionaires. So yeah, the billionaires are complaining that they're losing their stocks, but that ultimately gets put on us, and it raises inflation at a time when inflation is already high.
Yeah, but and this is the additional argument that goes along with that, is that it's a short-term pain for long-term benefit, and the long-term benefit is local goods become more competitive with foreign goods, and local businesses that can support more jobs in the country. It allows manufacturing and other things to come back to the country. If there's a town, if there's a town where the vast majority of people are employed by a factory, and that factory gets shut down because everyone's buying overseas, then the entire town is now basically destitute. But
except that's not what's happening. That's not the purpose of targeted tariffs like that. Sure, can help spur on domestic manufacturing. They have to be targeted though. And that's not what's happening. What's happening is these are blanket tariffs on goods that the U.S. either can't produce or doesn't have the capacity to build enough of. Like cars, for example. Like for instance, Canada has a tariff on importing dairy products. Basically, if you can import as much dairy as you want to Canada, but after a certain point, you have to pay a tariff of 250%. Now, no one has ever reached this tariff. No one has even come close to paying this tariff. But like, it's a kind of a theoretical tariff, really. But like, you know, theoretically, if I wanted to import 5,000 pounds of cheese, like I might have, and I could potentially only pay 4,000, and then I'd have to pay extra for the rest. But like, and so like that, there's tariffs like that protect domestic industry, like in Canada. That's what we do with some of our food goods. It's something we negotiated with your country in all previous trade agreements, so it's not unfair. We gave in order to keep that tariff in place. We gave up other things, but like these are blanket tariffs that are not targeted, and plus factories don't build themselves overnight. It takes 5 to 10 years to build a factory.
Exactly.
And who's going to build? Who's gonna spend the money to build a factory when in 2 or 3 years these tariffs might go away and it still might be cheaper to produce overseas? And who's to say that even with paying a 50% tariff, it still is cheaper potentially to import from China?
Yeah, well, I mean that's why I think some of these policies need to be more so made permanent, not necessarily a blanket tariff on everything, of course, but you know, when it comes to, like I said, when there are lots of different towns and places in America where people used to have good paying jobs because they worked at a factory in their local town, and then the factory closed down, and then a bunch of people lose their jobs, and they don't have any way to support themselves because that was all they knew, and that's what they did for their entire career, was work at that factory. And so, you know, the introduction of the free trade across borders and how lax they've been with it has been pretty devastating to a lot of people in the country. And that's why I think, like in general, it's good. It's not good to, because a lot of people argue for no tariffs at all, and no protections, because they think, well, you know, if you can get it cheaper, you know, over there, then, you know, why not? Because it's ultimately just a gain. But they don't consider, you know, the effects, the downstream effects of it. That, you know, you can get stuff cheaper in the now, but it's going to be more expensive in the future, because a lot of people won't have the ability to get those good
but the problem
jobs.
There's towns like that all over. There's towns like that all over the world, really. Like domestic production has just gone overseas because it's cheaper. And actually, one of the reasons why it's taken so long in North America for those towns to spring up is because of free trade, actually, between Canada and North America. Our domestic, economists have long stated that one of the reasons why we haven't had as many factories go overseas as we have is because our economies have worked together to address this. Again, I'm not someone to say that tariffs are all bad. Tariffs are just a tool. But blanket tariffs are a bad thing. Tariffs need to be targeted.
I can see that.
That's what I argue. Tariffs are just a tool that can be used to boost your own capacity. And I'm not saying that manufacturing is bad domestically. I think that Canada should do more of it, actually. This is really fortunate in that we're kind of being given a second chance in the world. That while we're no longer wanting to further integrate our economy with the United States. Like, we're just not interested in doing that anymore. So we're actually, the government has just announced like all these big infrastructure like building plans. Like we're building new pipelines, we're building new houses, we're building factories, we're investing in cleaner energy. Like,
did Trump bring in the golden age for Canada?
unironically, potentially. Like, no, but no, we replaced a mediocre leader with an economist. Is what happened, and we're investing in clean energy, and the ultimate plan is to transition to clean energy. But yeah.
I hope you guys can succeed with that. I hear, because I do hear about a lot of these programs, and you know, it's a process of trying to make things economically efficient. Unfortunately, in the US, a lot of these clean energy programs have kind of been slow to get there. Like problem with wind energy is the basically the massive quantities of birds that are just constantly being destroyed, and then also the cost of rebuilding them, and then with the solar, there's again the cost of maintaining all the solar panels and stuff. But in places like Iceland, where they're using volcanic energy, they are able to produce large amounts of electricity for essentially very cheap comparatively, because the volcano is just a much better source of energy than I guess something that's more dispersed. You know, like sunlight's very dispersed, and it's hard to power lots of high power things with sunlight compared to you know, individual things like solar panels out in the middle of nowhere are amazing because you can power like small devices and stuff. But on a large scale, I think the technology just needs like another 20 years or so before it's really efficient.
One of the things I've heard that we're thinking about doing is that kind of one of the things that's being thrown around in Canada is that kind of requiring any LNG like refineries that are built further get kind of have like an additional like kind of like have solar plant panels added onto them as well, so that there's more capacity. We're just kind of rethinking our economy right now, which is actually incredibly interesting.
And I've also seen some really good ideas. There have been some improvements as well with there's some programs that allow you to install solar panels on your house, and you can actually sell your unused energy back to the electric company.
In Belgium, that's here, but it's not much. You don't get much for it.
No, you don't. Yeah,
and that's the thing that's too bad about solar is it's really good in places that are along the equator because you get lots of sunlight, and you know, it's not always super cloudy. But in the north, a lot of times clouds are a big nuisance when it comes to solar. Like I've seen those solar plants that are like, I think there's France is trying to build one, I think in the Sahara Desert or nearby the Sahara Desert, and the amount of energy that it can soak up there because of the constant, you know, sunlight that's around there. It's pretty good. Like the estimated amount of electrical power that could be generated from power plant in the Sahara is insane.
you know, like again, like there's again, like I'm not saying like I would never say that like tariffs are all bad. Like and Qui-Gon, feel free to correct me if I ever get something wrong on something like this. I'm not an economist, but I just want that clear. I think of things from a political angle. I don't think of things from an economic angle necessarily.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like yeah, and again, politically, I'm just a political thinker. That's all I am. So.
Well, I mean, politics and economy are very intertwined. So
They're intertwined, but not the same thing.
yeah, definitely.
Like,
but yeah, I mean, government is in most countries. Government is very closely connected to managing the economy.
well, you know, like again, I'd rather pay higher taxes than like and like have the government like use that money to improve public infrastructure and like give me healthcare and defend me. Like honestly, like that's something I would prefer is like having more taken off my taxes and have those tax dollars put to bettering the country.
Well, as an American, I don't
Americans
believe
are
in
weird.
such things.
Yeah.
We're all weird.
Yeah,
All of
you
us.
silly police.
Silly Americans.
Silly Americans. Yes.
Silly Americans.
So I think I'm changing this from Kathleen Kennedy versus Yoda to Kathleen Kennedy versus Yoda and Darth and Baby Jar Jar.
Right. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
watch this scene right
Yeah.
here. Baby Jar
Okay,
Jar.
I'm watching.
Baby Jar Jar rolls in. They always
Yeah.
like animate it a little bit. I was trying to get him to crawl, but instead he just kind of slides along the ground and bounces. I don't know why he does that, but
Yeah.
but
No, I'm very focused on Canadian politics at the moment. I'm not paying attention to the south of the border. So
well,
the only thing I'm paying attention to is anything that directly affects me.
well, it's good. Infrastructure updates are always good. Things get old; they need to be replaced. You need. I mean, have they? I've never been to Canada. I don't know, but do they
You've
have?
never been in You live 20. How you live close to the border, don't you?
Well, I mean, technically, I have been to Canada for a fishing trip, but that was when I was like 5 years old. So,
Okay, well, I mean, yeah.
so that doesn't. I don't really count that. I think we were only on the
Fair.
water in Canada. I don't even think
Okay,
we
that
landed on the
doesn't
land.
count.
We were just in the lake, past the border in the lake, but we weren't actually on the land. I don't think.
Mm,
But anyway, yeah, I caught a big fish, and
oh yeah.
I probably didn't catch the fish. It was probably my grandpa that caught the fish, and then he said
Right.
I caught it. But, but
You know what? You know what,
anyway.
Jar Jar?
Mm.
I'm like 99% certain I'm gonna be in Ottawa in the fall. 99% certain. Like, sometime in the next 2 years, come up to Canada for the weekends.
I
Like,
want to do that.
I'd be 4 hours away from you. So,
Yeah,
like, come to Canada.
I'll definitely take you up on that. We need a JarJarStudios+ vlog.
I know.
I'm hoping there will be some kind of Star Wars event in the area.
Well, you know, that's
if
what
it's-
that's
if
the
it's
thing is like
possible.
I don't know if Ottawa does any Star Wars events, but
I'll have to look it up.
Toronto does. And
Is Tor-
Toronto's only about 2 hours away from Michigan and 2 hours away from Ottawa.
Oh, okay. So maybe.
But then again, I am not a Toronto resident, and so therefore I hate Toronto because
What?
Toronto sucks.
Wow, that's
That's like the only thing everyone in Canada agrees. Even Toronto people agree.
wow. That's pretty bad. But anyway, about that, about not being there. Do you guys have bullet trains yet?
We do have rails. We're actually building the government announced last fall that they're building a high-speed corridor between Windsor and Montreal.
Because I
which
feel like that's something that's like probably one of the. I figured
Windsor
like top priority should be like a top priority project for the next decade.
Well, yeah, it is one of those top priority projects over the next decade. It's supposed to mean that you can get from Quebec, not Montreal, it's Quebec City, that they're building it to. Ideally, you could get from Quebec City to Windsor in under 6 hours, which instead of like taking the usual 12 hours, it would be 6 hours.
That would be really cool. A train that's powered by lightning. So we're using magnets.
Isn't that just?
We're using
isn't that
magnets.
just-
And you know how you
Oh,
can
okay.
you can charge
Yeah.
magnets with
Yeah.
electrical charges. So you have along the train tracks places where
this remi-
lightning can strike to charge the magnets.
You don't even need to do that. They're already working on something like that. Like there's some engineer in California who was working on that a few years ago. Like I remember reading about that.
That would be really cool. I'd love to see that in a movie, like a sci-fi movie where the planet has a lot of storms and stuff, and they use lightning to charge.
You're just talking about maglev.
Maglev? What's that?
Yeah, it's basically a high-speed rail system using magnets.
Okay.
Magnetic levitation.
Yeah.
So like this has been
zero friction, super fast.
Like this has been thought about since the 80s. And in fact, there's a proposed project between Las Vegas to Anaheim, which hasn't been
So that
built
everyone
yet, but,
can get to the casino on time.
pretty much, or Disney World.
Or Disney World. Do they have Disney World in
Disney
Las
World.
Vegas?
I don't know. Like they have.
I know
It's
they-
either land or
they-
world. I don't remember.
They have Disney. No, I think Disney. Yeah, Disney World is in Orlando, Florida. Disneyland, I believe, is in California, but maybe it is in Las Vegas. I don't know. Because I've been to Disney World, but I haven't been to Disneyland. I went to Legoland, which I think is in California, but that was a long time ago.
Legoland.
And if it's still there, then it's probably
Everything
got a
is
lot more
awesome.
stuff.
I would
added
go
it.
to Legoland. I used to love my Legos.
Oh yeah, I
Everything
used to
is
play with Legos
Legos.
all the time.
Who doesn't love
Legos
Lego?
everywhere.
Legos.
It's Lego.
Legos is like
Legos
it's like
on
real.
the wall.
Legos is like real world Minecraft, except without the mining.
Right?
But I mean, it does include mining because if you have a lot of Legos, you got to dig through them to find what you're looking for.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like that's the eternal curse of Legos that
Yeah.
you're just gonna like if you need the piece, you won't find it.
You have to organize them into their boxes, though.
You do, right?
If you don't
Oh my
organize
goodness.
them, then they're gonna get lost.
I need to play with Legos again.
I must play with my Legos again.
I haven't like I just haven't ever had the time to do so.
Yeah.
Like
It's Lego, not Legos.
that's Legos.
Yes.
But we call them Legos
Legos.
because plural.
You have a bit of weird English, but alright.
It's a little bit weird English. I'm not denying that, but English is just a strange language to begin with. So
I think
fan.
I think it applies to all languages. They're all strange in their own ways. Anyone can look at anyone else's language and be like, "Oh, that's strange. That's unusual," because everyone's language has like a different logic to it. By logic, I mean like the way it's structured, the way words, because it's not like a code where you can just like everyone's structured like English, but it's all just different words. It's just there are words that are missing. Other languages don't even have certain words. And so there's no like equivalent for one language to another because they use a different method of conveying the same idea. So the language contains the same ideas, but the way you get to that idea is structured differently. I think it's one of the reasons why people's cultures look so different, is because their language is connected to how they think. And so, you know, you see, as well as the environment that they live in, obviously, you know, like in Japan, you see bamboo huts because they have bamboo there, so obviously they use the bamboo. Yeah. But also like the minds of the architects that live in those countries and the way that they think about how to build things. I think it's in some ways reflective of the language that they have. Because, like I said, languages they're constructed, the words are constructed differently to say the same thing.
Yeah. The last time I went to the States was, I mean, technically last summer, like, I was taking a ferry to Victoria, from Vancouver, and we crossed in 10 minutes, for all of 10 minutes, but, like, the last time I actually visited properly was maybe, just before I turned 14, so I was 13. So a while ago. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that was the last time I was, it was, for a swimming thing, and then my dad and I went on a fishing trip, from North Dakota. Like, I was swimming, I was doing an international swimming meet down in, Minot. And we kind of crossed through North Dakota. And then after I finished that, we went on to Missoula, and then through Idaho, all the way over to Seattle, and then north back into Canada.
What is in North Dakota?
Not a whole lot.
A mountain range? Do they have mountains?
North Dakota?
Do they have mountains there?
Why is that laugh, mate? What is that?
No.
No, they don't have mountains there? Okay.
No.
Where's Mount Rushmore?
I think it's in South Dakota.
Oh, okay. I'm asking a Canadian where Mount Rushmore is. Where's Mount Rushmore? Yeah. Where's Washington D.C.? Anyway, yeah.
So I'm sorry. That's very hilarious to me because I grew up in Saskatchewan, which is right above. North Dakota is. North Dakota is just south of Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan is so flat. Like, there are no mountains in Saskatchewan. And yeah, so I didn't go through. I'm looking at a map. I didn't go through. I have gone to North Dakota, but the trip I'm thinking of, I went through Montana. So, which does have mountains.
Speaking of flat, that talk reminds me of the buffalo that used to be all over the plains, the millions of buffalo.
Yes, the buffalo that we hunt to extinction.
Yeah, and the connection, the strong connection between all the death of the buffalo and the Dust Bowl that happened as a result of it, as well as the famine. Because one of the things they found out in like regenerative agriculture, they probably knew some of this stuff before, but animals help to fertilize. They help to fertilize all the soil they're on. So all the buffalo, as they're grazing on the plains, they help to aerate the soil and keep it teeming with life because they're constantly pooping on it, and there's more grass growing up constantly. And so it retains the water from the rain. Now, when the buffalo all died, all the grass basically started to die with it because there was there was a natural cycle that went along with the buffalo to help keep all the moisture in the ground. And so the ground ended up drying up, and then the Dust Bowl happened, and a bunch of people started to starve to death because they couldn't grow crops. And that's because there was so much of that dryness was basically just blowing through the country because all the buffalo were gone. But the buffalo were playing an extremely important role in keeping the ecosystem healthy by pooping all over the land and eating grass and stuff like that, and as well as trampling. They've actually started using cattle to try and regenerate certain parts in Africa that have started to dry out. They've been using cattle to try and bring back foliage and vegetation, because while they eat it, they also help to replenish the soil, because soil is not just dirt, it's also bacteria, it's fungus, it's mold, and all those things work together. And once you lose that, then because they're like funguses, and there's another thing with like funguses, they help to create a structure which under the ground, which help to absorb moisture and retain it, as opposed to just having it land on the ground and then run off. So yeah, Dust Bowl in America was caused by killing off all the buffalo.
I remember learning about the Great Depression when I was in school too. Like, we didn't have the Dust Bowl like you guys did, but we were hit pretty hard by that in the 30s with it. So.
Turin Turambor. Or it's Turin Turambar now. It used to be Turin Turambor. Now it's Turin Turambar. It says W Minot ND, among other things. What's W? What's Minot ND?
Think that.
Huh?
Yeah, Minot, North Dakota.
Oh, okay. Turin Turambar says, the nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Wise words.
He's not
from
wrong.
Turin
He's
Turambar.
not wrong.
It's true. It's true.
That's true.
It's true.
Like,
Try to hit the self-destruct button like every other month.
No, at this point,
Self-destruct.
At this point, I think my country is just kind of done with the Americans. But I'm sorry if we're done. We're kind of just done with you at the moment, and
No,
we just want to trade with Europe.
you
we wanna go
can't be done.
we'll-
You can't leave. You can't divorce us.
I
You have
mean,
to
Jar Jar.
stay.
So Jar Jar. This is we're just trying to keep this amicable. Like, it's actually a little hilarious because it's like California, Michigan, kind of all these states that actually we like. It's unfortunate. It's like you two. It's like Michigan is like the child and the divorce between the parents.
No, no, you can't leave us. What was it? What was it that I did wrong? It's
Well,
because of me, isn't it?
We don't blame Michigan.
Yeah. Well, that's how we're gonna feel. We're gonna feel like you were banning us because it's something. We
I mean, like, listen, like, it's just, this isn't working out for us, and so it's clear that we're going in different directions, so we'll just keep this amicable.
Am I? You should stick it out for the kids. Come on. Make it work. Make it work.
Like,
Make it work.
the kids are almost 200 years old, so I feel like they'd be able to survive. I don't know how old Michigan is, but like,
Even though I am fully grown
Listen,
if my parents got divorced now,
yeah,
it would still be a problem. It'd
that's
still
true. Yeah.
It'd still be a mess. But then you gotta deal with like the discomfort of like who do you side with kind of thing, and you don't want to side. You don't want to side with anyone. Yeah, and then now you got two people to visit instead of one person. Basically one person because they live together. But
Turin Tarambar, please do not even joke about that. Don't even joke about that. That's kind of what started this mess.
The Second War of 1812. What?
It wouldn't be the War of 1812. It would be the War of 2025.
War of 2026.
Yeah. Listen,
26.
listen. We beat you twice. Don't make us go for a hat trick.
But no one won the War
Wow.
of 8.
We got nukes. Didn't you get rid of your nukes?
We did, but we have nuclear reactors, and a lot of nuclear waste that we can just drive across your border.
Damn.
I'm gonna move for a second.
It's gonna,
Also,
you're gonna put the nuclear waste in Flint, Michigan.
Sure.
Then our water, then the water will be.
We
would
might
it
actually
be?
clean the water there.
That's the question: is what would it be? The water has lead in it, and lead blocks radiation. So maybe you just cancel it out.
I'm sure that's how that works. Yeah, sure.
Lead water to block the radiation.
Here's what I will say about.
I can imagine
the threat of-
someone actually like making a TikTok of like, here's how you protect yourself from radiation: drink water with lead in it.
I mean, like the Romans didn't suffer from nuclear radiation, so clearly, and they drank lots of lead in their water, so clearly that worked out.
Yeah, that's true. And mercury too.
And mercury, you know what? The British had all kinds of mercury in their beaver hats, and they never suffered from nuclear radiation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's causation. I'm just merely pointing out the correlation.
Yeah, so it's the beavers. So we'll leave the beavers in the wild. We'll start a beaver farm. We'll start harvesting beavers so we can give everyone beaver hats.
I mean, that's what we did for a good 200 years, or 400. That was like the fur trade in Canada. You know what I mean by the fur trade, right?
Yeah, like trading fur.
Well, that and yeah, but like you know, in the 17th century, like French explorers came to Canada, established kind of these fur routes all throughout like the interior, like kind of stretching all the way to like the prairies.
So they
like,
were furries before it was cool, huh?
Well, no, like they would just kind of go on these canoes and like they'd travel, like indigenous peoples would like travel like 4,000 kilometers to like get from northern Alberta all the way to the St. Lawrence River to trade their pelts.
Yeah.
And they just do that every year. Like, it's actually insane that you can actually cross Canada using waterways.
That's pretty cool. They got waterways. The entire. Is there any? It's broken up, right? Or is there any unbroken stretches?
Well, like, you know, like when I say traversing Canada using waterways, obviously there are places where you kind of just have to like kind of pick up the canoe, cross over to another river, like walk, like kind of roll your boat. But like, yeah, like it's been like, it's just amazing how if you study the history of the fur trade in Canada for any length of time, it's just a little bit amazing. Kind of what people did 300 years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing a story of was it? I think it was Lewis and Clark. It was. I remember the story because
Sacagawea.
No, it was about how they were running out of food, and the only thing they had to eat was like lean rabbit meat or something like that, or lean meat, and they were eating like 9 pounds a day, and they were losing weight because the thing with protein is it requires more energy to absorb and assimilate it than it does give you energy. And so unlike, you know, fat or carbohydrates, you can get energy from them. If you eat a lot of protein but no carbs or fat, then you will lose weight because you won't be able to get enough energy. It's called they call it rabbit starvation because rabbits are really lean. So it's like if you didn't have a good calorie source and the only thing you had was rabbits, you would starve faster if you ate nothing but rabbit.
Yeah.
So I remembered that story because they were just constantly eating, and they were still losing weight.
Yeah.
Those are the, if I'm not mistaken, I think those are the explorers that went all the way to California, right?
I couldn't tell you. Like, I didn't study. I didn't study them.
I'll Google it.
Like,
The expedition crossed the continental divide of the Americas near the Lemhi Pass, eventually coming to the Columbia River and the Pacific Ocean in 1805. So yeah, I mean, maybe not California, but they made it to the Pacific Ocean somewhere. I met that must have been pretty. That must have been pretty breathtaking. Imagine being like an explorer in, you know, 1805. There's no infrastructure. There's nothing. It's just trees and mountains and grassland, animals. That's it. Just animals everywhere. There's no.
yeah.
There is no civilization whatsoever. You're just going on a really long hike. Some of those scenes must have been pretty cool, but
Yeah. Like, yeah, that would have been pretty great. But I don't, great, but also, yeah,
I mean difficult.
difficult. Yeah.
No amenities. No toilet paper. Although I don't think they even had toilet paper back then, so it didn't make a difference to them.
Anyways, I'm probably gonna head out. Nice chatting with you all.
Alright, thank you for being here.
Cheers.
Alright, adios. Oh, I forgot. I gotta get the. I sent the files and then I didn't download them.
What have you been doing for the past hours?
I was working on Baby Jar Jar sliding into the scene, and I forgot to get the sound effect.
I'm gonna go anyway, so...
Oh, you going to bed?
Yeah, I'm going
What
to
time
bed.
is it where you are?
2 a.m. in the morning.
2 a.m.
Right.
Alright. See
See ya.
you. Hopefully... I was about to say, hopefully you see Baby Jar Jar in your sleep, but... Melon is still here. but he's muted. Melon Playground guy says, let's talk about how we found Jar Jar. How you found Jar Jar? Well, in 1999, there was a movie that came out called The Phantom Menace. The very first time Jar Jar Binks was seen on screen. Perfect. Where is the sound? The sound of menace. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Now I need Vigil to transform. Let's see if this works. Where is Vigil? Nope, nope. Videos, templates, Palpatine. Please don't. Here it is. Go with that. Alright, we'll see if that works. I may have to make another... Yeah, doesn't look very good. Look at it's like, the details are just missing. It's just goofy. Let's see. Hmm. No. Yeah, I can't use this. It won't look very good. Okay, I gotta pick a different picture. Alright, we are going to change this. I'm going to move that. And we're just going to go with this picture. We'll do 5. Let's see what this looks like. I'm not so sure about this one. I mean, I like the detail, but where's the fear? A close-up of the subject with the look of terror and fear on their face. Where's the fear? There's no fear. But I think I'm gonna download this anyways. This is actually pretty good. The way it zooms in, I can definitely still use this. How do I get this? Look, 'cause it named this. I need to start a new session, I think. That's my issue. I think it was influenced by the previous sessions or something. Close-up of the subject terrified with fear. Alright, Let's see if let's see if that it might. I wonder if it will make her eyes too wide or something. Will it make her eyes like explode out of her head? Wide eyes. Okay, this is good. That worked actually. She is terrified. Look at that look of terror. The look of fear. I wonder what it will come up with this. Is she posing for a Mr. Beast thumbnail? Poggers. Bruh. That's terrible. That looks terrible. Like, the anger is not there. I said raising their hands in anger. Anger. She's still smiling. She's not angry. And where's the lightning? There's no lightning. It's just, what the fuck is this? It's bullshit. The hands. All right. She's using the power of many. She got long black fingernails. Why does it assume long black fingernails? Red fingernails here. Power of 2. True. That's what it is, the power of 2. The power of 2.
I hear retiring you are, Kathleen. Or should I call you Darth Kennedys?
You survived.
Surprised?
I find your untouched character disturbing. Now you will experience the power of many. Then you will experience the power of many.
I'm gonna change the shot. Here it is. It's about 2 seconds. There. Right about there. I guess I just gotta export this. This'll work. Okay, this one's actually exporting. Melon Playground guy says, why is Baby Jar Jar a goblin in that one? I don't know. Ask the AI.
Mr. AI, why is Jar Jar a goblin?
Excuse me?
Yes.
Not a goblin.
Why is a goblin?
Sigh.
You will experience the power of many.
Or nine at the table. So cool. What? No.
I hear retiring you are, Kathleen. Or should I call you Darth Kennedys?
You survived.
Surprised?
This may look
I find
like a lot of steps, but we've broken it down click by click.
What are you saying?
So I'm reading.
Oh.
your untouched character disturbing. Now you will experience the power of many. I have waited a long time to change your gender, my little green friend. At last, the force is female.
Not if anything to say about it.
Resource pack. What? I'm gonna do that. Alright. So
End your presidency is. And not short enough it was.
oh my god.
I hear retiring you are, Kathleen. Or should I call you Darth Kennedys?
You survived.
Surprised?
I find your untouched character disturbing. Now you will experience the power of many. I have waited a long time to change your gender, my little green friend. At last, the force is female.
Not if anything to say about it. At an end your presidency is. And not short enough it was.
Oh. That's the pick I have. right. What? What?
You all right there?
And that was unexpected. I was not expecting him to say that.
Huh?
Wow.
What?
Oh. What in the world?
What in the world? What in the world of plants and gardens?
Plants and gardens? Plants? Kind. Must be disintegrated and destroyed immediately. What? It's delayed. What is up with this? Oh my goodness. What am I looking at? What am I watching?
What? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
I found this video a few months ago titled "The Empire Was Right in Star Wars," and then one of the arguments was Palpatine wanted to keep the Senate in order. Sure, buddy.
It was a lie. It was a lie.
Whoa. Where did it come and he just come from? It just came from nowhere. What the? Real caught me off guard. Oh my goodness. There's a part 2 he made. No. I gotta see this. Oh my goodness. Whoa, what? He made one called The First Order Was Right. Oh my goodness. What's next? The Separatists are right.
That video's already been made.
Yeah, I've got to see this one. Wow. I think he just made this for rage bait. And then the comments are all Palpatine. This is just all sponsored by Palpatine. I promise I won't get political 2 Death Stars later. Disney must have thought Palpatine was right since they did the entire trilogy just to allow the Palpatine bloodline to win over the Skywalker bloodline in the end. Oh my goodness. We went downhill from here. What? Oh, what? What? Huh? What? Are we hearing this? I'm not hearing this correctly. What? The Sith practice all the Force while the Jedi don't. Not hearing this correctly, huh? What am I watching?
You're watching the Jedi get wrecked in 4K.
Hey. Uh-oh, what's his argument? Huh? What? Oh my goodness, I'm hearing this. The Sith umpire did. Yeah.
The Sith
Okay.
umpire.
Apparently the Sith work in pairs. Yeah. Well, I guess the Sith umpire would agree.
It's called the rule of two.
Seems the rule of two isn't here anymore. It's no more. This is rage bait. You're hearing this correctly. Wow. I can't wait to hear this. Where's part 3? Clear and obvious evidence to prove the Empire was right in everything they did. Okay.
This is too good.
Really. Victimless.
Alright. That's all for me. At least for the green screen stuff. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Thank you for watching. Matt H, Melon Playground Guy, thank you for being here. Turin Tarambor, Deontay Bates, Father Nature, Super Count Dooku, Cad Bane, Qui-Gon Jinn, thank you for joining me. General Andrew and Delta Ray Studios, appreciate you guys. Hope you have a nice night, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, check me out on the gaming channel. I'll be over there in about probably an hour or so.